Okay, we're back. Corey, don't go too far. This is Stan Scrabbit from Jamestown Community College, and with me I have Corey Dunnigan. So Corey, say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so Corey is at a remote location, and we are linked in through webinar technologies, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to go over a variety of webinar technologies that are available for faculty, staff, and students. You know, things that some of it you have to work with us, and some of it not so much, that you can do on your own. And so we're just going to show the kind of the pros and cons of those things and show you how they work. So the first one that we're looking at is called Google Hangouts on Air. So Google Hangouts on Air is one of my go-to services if I'm doing a webinar like this. What we learned over working with this past couple days that we did not have a lot of success in trying to capture the other webinar platforms through Google Hangouts. So we're going to do Google Hangouts, and then we're going to stop this session, and then we're going to move on to Zoom and Breeze and Skype and GoToMeeting. And what we're going to do is record all these sessions and package them up in videos and make them available through our website, the tei.sunijcc.edu. So, like I said, we're starting with Google Hangouts. Good place to start. So, how Google Hangouts works is I can have up to 10 people that we can have a panel of folks discussing. So right now Corey's here. So Corey and I were both on the system, and so that's 2 of us, and I can have 8 more. And great for panel discussions, but you can also share your screen. You can also do a variety of different things with Google Hangouts on Air. The impact comes in the fact that although only 10 of us can come online, that hundreds of thousands of people can watch it at the same time. That Google Hangouts on Air will automatically record to YouTube, and when it's displaying, it's actually displaying what is it displaying? It's displaying basically a delayed video. So there's about 30-second gap in the video. But, you know, people, we've managed to work around that. So you can still have some interaction, right? There's a Q&A session. So within Google Hangouts, one of the things that we can do is there's a toolbar on the left-hand side that we can click on this. And so, for example, I have a chat window, and that Corey and I, people that are internal to this team, we can have this chat going back and forth. And I've been in a lot of meetings where we add conversation or add comments during that chat. As you can see, Corey jumped up, said hello. And so we can do that. Other features, for example, are to share a screen. So if I click on sharing a screen, I can show off other windows. So I'm going to show you screen 2, which is basically what the participants would see who are not part of the actual meeting. And so we'll go over to there. And so basically this is a web page on Google+. It's an event, and in that event you have this video. And if you were to start this video, it would basically go and play. One of the features that users have is there's also a Q&A, and this Q&A gives me an opportunity to then ask questions. Let me close that. So that's kind of crazy. We don't want to do that. And so we have that that capability to us. And I just lost Corey somehow. Corey, are you there?
I'm right here.
Okay, she's back. Very good. And so participants that are out there could ask questions through that Q&A. One of the other features that I have is this thing called Showcase. So, well, let me tie that back. So I'm going to stop this. So you have that Q&A that's available. And let me stop sharing. And I'm back. And right there, right below that, I have a what's called a Q&A. So I can see the questions that are being asked by the audience and then respond to those questions as I'm giving my presentation. Or I'd have a facilitator that jumps in once in a while and says, hey, we got a question for the audience. So we have that. Right above that, I also have a thing called Showcase. And Showcase is I can take a link from the website. So say I wanted to share our Thai website, and I can drop that in there. And show the item. And so a link back to off the main website would be able to show items, you know, to everybody that's participating, and I have that capability. So that's kind of a nice feature. In here, I also have camera controls, so I can control how I want people to see the audio and video. If I want it to be an entirely large video, so I have a couple options there. There's also a thing called Hangout tools. So one of the Hangout tools is this bar at the bottom of my window, which identifies me. So individual, you can go in there and basically add this to Google Hangouts and have that bar projected. So I can change the logo. I have different ones that I can use. So for example, my Civil Air Patrol there, I had one for the University of Wyoming, but now I'm using my JCC and I can show off that one. I can control the audio if I'm away, comment trackers. So just a variety of cool tools that can help you out. Then also I have a drawing capability, so I can draw on the screen, for example, and that will follow me around if I want. Okay, I don't know how effective that is, but let me delete that. There's a stamping tool, text tool, things like that. So you can use it for collaborative ways. And then we also have what's called Google Effects. And with Google Effects, let me turn off the drawing. There we go. We're still in Google Effects. I can go ahead and put a hat on, right? And we can see what it looks like, or maybe a tiara. That's more appropriate. Okay. Now I think I'll go with this. And so you can just to kind of change up your meetings a little bit. In addition, you have a number of other applications that you can add to Google Hangouts to, you know, to make better meetings, different effects. You can add YouTube videos. You can link to Google Documents and such right from the Google Hangouts.
So Stan, you're saying that if I was teaching a class and I had some materials that were in Blackboard, like a PDF, a syllabus that I wanted to cover, I could bring that, if it was, as long as it was in Google Docs, I could bring that right in here and then use the drawing tools and annotate what the important things were?
Yeah, you could do that. Yes, absolutely. But by sharing the screen and turning on the drawing tools, I believe you can do that. So for example, if we're sharing screen 2 again and I go in and throw on the drawing tools, I would say no. So lessons learned. But yeah, let's see, getting my Google Docs. I don't think I have it linked here. So that's something I'd have to go look for. But yeah, basically you could show off you know, your different documents, but you could also, even by sharing it, go to the original document, highlight it, you know, things like that, you know, because you're sharing a screen, you would have that capability of doing that. Hey, I've got that. All right. Turn off drawing. So the other things that you can do is invite people, right? I can invite them by their email addresses, or if they're already in my circles, I can pull in a whole group of people at one time. So if I wanted my high school classmates, I can bring 16 of them into a conversation at one shot. Okay, that's a possibility. With this feature called Uber Conference, I could give them a unique telephone number and access code where they could dial in. So I don't necessarily have to, they don't have to come in on video. They have that capability. We have muting the microphone and camera, adjusting bandwidth, other settings. But really, that's kind of the basics of Google Hangouts on air. And really the powerful piece to this is it is recording to YouTube, so I can show it later. So, Corey, thoughts, comments?
No, I think it's a great tool. There's a lot of features and functionality to it. I can see some uses.
Very nice. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start up Zoom, and we're going to continue this conversation on Zoom. But this is Google Hangouts on Air. If you have questions, come by and we'll kind of clue you in. So next, I'm going to stop the broadcast, Corey, and we'll go to Zoom.
Sounds good.